Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all. So, we have reached the last day of our international training program on value chain management in fisheries. Today, we are having 3 lectures, and also we will be having post training evaluation for the participants. Our first topic for presentation is inclusive entrepreneurship along fisheries value chain. We are having with us Dr. A.K. Mohanty, who is the principal scientist and head in charge of Extension Information and Statistics Division of ICAR-CIFT. Dr. Mohanty is having 22 years of experience in the field of research and extension. He is having expertise and experience in working with Krishi Vigyan Kendras, which is the transfer of technology mechanism of National Agriculture Research System in India. And also, he has coordinated many international trainings at ICAR-CIFT. And his research area in CIFT is related to fishery entrepreneurship development. Sir, I welcome you to take the class.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, friends. Namaskar, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you. Is it audible? My voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I think we are at the last day of this training program, and I am going to cover one of the important topic under this program, that is inclusive entrepreneurship along the fisheries value chain. So friends, before going into the details of this presentation, first I want to tell you, under this presentation I will cover first, because first we have to think of these things, why our entrepreneurship is important. Just Okay, just now my presentation is going on, sir. Okay. So friends, sorry for interruption. So in this presentation, I want to cover first why we think of that entrepreneurship in this sector. Is it necessary that we should go for entrepreneurship in this sector? What are the strengths in this sector for which entrepreneurship will be essential? So I'll cover some of the strength of this sector. Then I'll cover about the value chain management in fisheries, that is value chain in fisheries. What is value chain in fisheries? Already you have covered the concepts, course, and different aspects of this value chain in fisheries. Just I'll highlight. Then I'll go into details of the entrepreneurship. Then what are the process? What is the different components of the entrepreneurship? What are the different technological options in fisheries for the entrepreneurship development in the value chain process? Okay, then let's come to this thing. This is the global fishery status I want to highlight. Because when are you thinking of this entrepreneurship development or entrepreneurship, comprehensive entrepreneurship scope in this sector, we have to think of whether there is any scope, what is the strength of this sector, so that we can go for these things. So this sector have a vast opportunity. This global fisheries, this is for the sustainable livelihood security. How it is moving towards the sustainable livelihood security, how it is meant for a sustainable livelihood security. That means, why? It means first point is improving the food supply. It provides the foods to the population, raises the human nutrition level. Then third point, it helps in earning foreign exchanges. It improves our trade and export, so increases the foreign exchanges. That is a revenue of our country, revenue of a country. It generates also employment opportunities. Okay. Then just I will highlight these things. What is the status of the global fisheries for the food supply? These things. So if you go for this thing for the global status in the food supply, so global fish production, which has attained a target of this with 1.79 million tons by the end of this 2018. And it has an average annual growth of 6% in aquaculture. If I will share the India's status, that India, though it is occupying or contributing 7.7% of the total global fish production, but it has established its dominance as the third largest in total fish production next to China. Second in aquaculture production next to China, and third largest in total fish production, and ranks fourth in the global export of fishery products. And it has an average annual growth rate of 14.8%. So in India, the fishery growth potential is much higher than the world average. So it has a higher potential for entrepreneurship development. And if you see the global fish production, we are estimating the global fish production, it is estimated to be increased by 186 million tons by the end of 2030. And if you see the Indian fishery potential, you will astonish to know that Indian fish production, it has taken a quantum jump from 0.75 million tons, which was during 1950-51. Now we have reached with a estimated figure of 14.2 million tons by the end of 2019-20. So this is the potential. So this is the sunrise sector in India. So in India, this sector having a lot of potential for the entrepreneurship development. So if you see what is its contribution for the human nutrition, because in global production around 87% out of this 179 million tons, about 156 million tons are accounted for human consumption. So, and we know in global sector, fish has occupied a place of that, giving an annual supply of almost 20.5 kg per capita. That is the per capita consumption at the global level, and which provides almost 17% of the most affordable animal protein and 6.7% of the all protein. So this is the nutritional status of the fish. And if our consumption level will increase, our per capita consumption level will increase, then only the status of this fishery for entrepreneurship development also, it will be more brighter, more chances will come. But in India, the fish consumption, I think you must have covered the topic on for fish consumption. India, the fish consumption rate is per capita fish consumption is not that much encouraging as compared to the world average. But still, that's why still there is scope for developing more opportunities, more products, more ready-made products from the fish and fishery, so that the consumption rate will be increased. So there is scope for entrepreneurship in the fishery sector. Then if you go how the fishery contributes to the human diet in terms of nutrition. So I need not explain you much in detail, because you know all that is an excellent source of easily digestible, high quality proteins and essential amino acids, essential fats. Even small size fish, that indigenous species, whatever available in your countries, they are all excellent source of many essential minerals like iodine, selenium, zinc, iron, etc. And it is another thing, it is a rich source of vitamin B12, which is the only vitamin B12 which is only found in the animal source food like fish, and essential for the multiple function for the growth and brain function and nervous system. So if you see all these things, all these factors, nutritional factors of fish, so it is advisable that everybody should take fish, particularly the non-vegetarian population. They should keep the fish in their daily diet so that our consumption level can be increased. About 150 gram of fish provides 50 to 60% of our daily protein requirement. It is for the dose for an adult. So you should remember that everybody should try to get this kind of things, but there are many factors which is creating a obstacle to make the fish available for the population. So then if you go to the foreign exchange part, how fishery sector plays an important role contributing to the revenue earning of a country. So if you see in the global sector, the fishery sector only accounts for the total global export of agriculture products. That is 11% of the total global export of the agriculture products and 1% of the world merchandise trade. And if you see the export sector of India, the Indian sector, about we have a very impressive figure of 12.9 lakh metric tons of fish and fishery products we used to export to different countries, and getting a very high figure of 46,662 crores of rupees from the foreign export. That is around 6.68 billion US dollars, where world is getting and generating an export earning of 164 billion US dollars from fish and fishery products. So there are a lot of, this figure also shows that there are a lot of opportunities in the fishery sector to make it as a commodity in our export consignment. And if you see another factor, that is employment opportunity. That is also another important factor because it plays an important role for the livelihood security when you're talking of these things. It also creates employment opportunities for people. In all over the world, about 59.6 million people are directly employed in the fishery and aquaculture sector, and more than 200 million people engaged along the value chain. But if you see the Indian sector, in Indian sector, more than 25 million people by the end of 2018, 1920, that more than 25 million people, fishers and fish farmers at primary level, they are depending upon their livelihood security on this fisheries. And almost twice on the fisheries. So about 84% of the global Indian population. Hello. Just now my presentation going on after the test. Okay, then actually 85%, if you see, 84% of the global engaged population of fisheries and aquaculture sector are mostly in Asia. 84% are Asia, followed by African countries. African countries are almost 10%. So you see, what is the opportunity? What is the opportunity of the fishery sector in providing the employment facility to the populations? So these are the factors which are responsible to think of the entrepreneurial aspects of this sector. So now you will go, if you go to the value chain aspects in fisheries. So it is nothing because you must have covered all these things. Just I'll show you 2 slides only. So under that value chain aspects in fisheries, we'll cover. This is only the combination of different activities and services which takes us from trade to table, means production to till it reaches to the consumers or customers table. So that is the production and collection through harvesting and this first is input supply, then production, then it comes to harvesting, then processing, then marketing, and then it reaches to consumer. This whole cycle covers the value chain cycle. This is called value chain cycle in fisheries. So if you see this value chain cycle in fisheries, that involves many economic utilities such as form, place, time, and possession. These 4 factors plays an important role in the value chain fisheries, in the field of value chain in fisheries, because different kinds of forms of fish or fish products and the time and the place of availability, different places, how it plays an important role, and at different times also and different possession, different types of commodities with the different sectors, with the different stakeholders. So if you see this particular value chain in fishery, that involves many actors and in that process, government agencies, private agencies, some international agencies, and even some credit institutions, those who mobilize and the physical and all the economic resources, so that the traders, fishermen, entrepreneurs, those who are depending upon this sector for their livelihood security, they can get the help of these actors and they can run this sectors. So then next thing comes that what are the different benefits people for the different actors if they are going to the in the value chain sector. So for the small farmers, if you go through the value chain sector, if it will be properly streamlined, that may help in their increase in income. That will help to strengthen their linkage to markets, and that will also help them to access new service. Then for processors, then comes processors. Processors, they'll be able to improve the quality, and they'll be able to get the raw materials also, and the transaction cost also will be increased. Similarly, the traders, vendors, the retailers, there they may get the reliable and continuous supply of high quality products due to the proper value chain. If a proper value chain management will be there, this type of facility, these actors they will get, and government will get the less regulatory burden and more tax and revenue will be earned by the government. So these are the benefits of the value chain management in fisheries. Then let us come to our main is the important point of this topic. That is why when we are talking about the entrepreneurship, we should have a clear-cut distinction between entrepreneurship and business. Why we call one person as an entrepreneur? I will tell one just things. A farmer or fisher, he cannot become an entrepreneur simply by adopting a new technology. He cannot, because it is a totally different concept. He or she becomes an entrepreneur when he or she becomes the operator of farm business. When he or she thinks of making this farm business or making the agriculture or fishery as a commercial venture, then we'll think of entrepreneurship. So here I'll make some clear-cut difference, because many people having some having confusion with the business and entrepreneurship. Because I'll talk about these things, why business and entrepreneurship both are different things. Some similarities are there. Business is provides employment opportunities, no doubt. It is also business, and both business and entrepreneurship both provides employment opportunities, both values customers, gives solution, helps in developing also economy. But the difference is that in case of business, idea, purpose of doing, and degree of risk. These are the three factors in which they differentiate with each other. Businessman is an administrator of business. He wants only profit. His purpose is only profit to gain financial benefit on short-term basis. He will not be interested for any loss. If any loss is there, tomorrow he may close that business, or he may switch over to another business, or he may try to make fill up that gap. But entrepreneur is always comes with an innovation, with some invention. But businessman doesn't have any innovation, invention. Whatever is available in the market, he will start with that one. He never thinks of any innovation, invention, these kind of things. He only thinks of profit. But entrepreneur not always profit oriented. Okay. Anyway, long term, he needs long term profit. But immediately profit may not come. Rather, he wants the local resources should be used properly. Local people should get the employment opportunity. That is the entrepreneurship. That the principle of entrepreneurship. Then degree of risk. Then businessman, he may take very calculated and managed risk, whichever is possible for him to bear that risk. But entrepreneur is crazy. He is passionate for that innovation. So he passionate for the societal benefit. So he takes crazy risk. He doesn't know tomorrow whether I will fail, I may also succeed, but he will take the risk. So that's why we used to call businessman depends upon entrepreneur. But entrepreneur, that is up to him. He may support a businessman or may not. So a person can be partly a businessman and partly an entrepreneur. We can say like this. So this is a typical, when you talk about any entrepreneur, so you just think on this, on what should be the characteristics of an entrepreneur. He should be a determined and creative leader. He should venture with some innovations. Innovation maybe in products, maybe in process, maybe in services. He constantly looks for any opportunity for improving his business, commercial activities, and interested to take risk, and he assumes responsibility for both profit and loss. And if it is, when we talk about that entrepreneurship, it comes under three stages like this. Three stages, three type of things are involved in this. One is entrepreneur, that is a person. Another is entrepreneurship, that is process. Another is enterprise. Third thing is the product. So entrepreneur is the person who creates innovation, who comes with an innovation and ventures into a business. Then, but entrepreneurship, it is the process. It is the process how we can combine the resource to produce the new products, process, services by utilizing his innovation on the line of his innovation. So these are the process. Entrepreneurship is the process. Then enterprise means when these innovative ideas are processed through that entrepreneurship and develop a product or process or service, then it can come to a business form. So that is called product. That is called enterprise. So with these three things, we should have some clarity about these things. Who is entrepreneur, what is entrepreneurship, and what is enterprise. So then comes why it is innovation. Then comes innovation. Why innovation? What is innovation? Innovation means we know any new things. But any new things means what is that? Means by utilizing less resources, less money, less manpower, whatever things, whatever is not identified or beneficial. Also, people may think that it is not beneficial. That can be utilized for more benefits, and which is having a commercial payback, commercial importance will be there, and which is applicable for a large scale population. Then easily replicable. These are the four characteristics of an innovation. Now I will give you some examples of an innovation so that you will have some idea about the innovation, because every sector there are some innovation. So just I will give you some idea. This is called the innovation. This innovation has been created in our state in Kannur, Kerala, in India. Because coconut blocking of coconut fruit from the plant, it is very difficult, because coconut plants are very tall plant, about 100 to more than 100 130 feet plants are there. So sometimes it becomes very difficult for the climbers to climb the tree, and it becomes also fatal sometimes also. So that innovation has been taken up by one school dropout, Mr. M.J. Joseph. He developed an innovative machine, that is coconut tree climber. So that makes the life of the climber easy. That reduces the risk, so that their climbing become a cakewalk type. So by utilizing this machine, this is the machine. Now you see, by utilizing this machine, by using this machine, even women also now able to pluck the coconuts from the very tall coconut plants. Even senior citizens also, they are also able to pluck the fruits from the tall palm plants also. So this is a sort of innovation. Now this sort of innovative machines, now it has been exported to USA, Australia, then many Maldives, many foreign countries it has been exported. So that's why that person has got a business from his innovation, that is coconut tree climber. This is another innovation, that is called bottle light. So one Brazilian mechanic, Alfredo Moser, he because normally you must have seen mostly in the slum dwellers in many countries, slum dwellers, they are staying in a very congested areas. So in the daytime also they don't get sufficient light for their day-to-day work also. Even some people, if they are going for some small farm operations also, they are not able to do due to the darkness. So he felt that problem. Then he came up with an innovation, one plastic bottle filled up with clear water with a pinch of bleach. When it is put inside a roof through a hole, by refraction of sunlight, they are getting. he was able to illuminate the whole room. So this is the innovation that is called Mother Lamp. So that brings a new light to more than 1.4 lakh BPL homes in Philippines through one NGO, My Center. So this is also another type of innovation. So I'll show you another innovation. So you must have seen in our aircrafts, boarding the flight or getting down from the flight by through the steps, it becomes very difficult for the disabled passengers or old age passengers. Sometimes those having also knee problems, they are having some problems to board the flight also. So this is this way ladders were there. But Indigo flight is a aircraft in India. They developed an innovative accessible passenger ramps. By utilizing these things, passengers with disabled passenger with their trolley also they can move on that as accessible passenger ramps, and they can enter into that aircraft very easily. So this is a type of innovation. So like this in the fishery sector also, we can also think of such kind of innovation. These are the innovation which is already there in the system, but people may not able to identify, people may not able to get the benefit of these things. So these are the process of innovation: idea generation, idea filtration, idea implementation, then idea validation. You have to validate these things. Then you have to make a pilot study. Then called idea protection. Whenever you are going to develop an innovative product on the basis of our innovation, you should go for a copyrights or patent. That is idea protection. Then only it can be scaled up. Then only that entrepreneur he'll get the benefit of his innovation. Otherwise, it may be otherwise somebody can also take off your idea, they can develop some other things. So that is the process of innovation. So all this process should be taken up, should be considered while developing a commercial venture. So here I will specifically highlight some of the points, important points while developing an entrepreneurship. That is a smart model. You should develop you should give emphasis on specific commodity and marketable. That should have a market potential. Means consumers' demand should be there, and attainable. Means you'll able to attain that. It simply you should not take any idea. Something you should take off something with your innovative ideas, which is attainable. Then you should make use of your resource. Means it should have a resource use efficiency like 5M, man, it is labor, money, finance, materials, your whatever raw materials, then machines, then minutes, time. And it should be technically feasible. You should adopt or you should take up some technology which is really a feasible technology for you. It should not be a costly technology. It is comprehensible technology. You should take up this type of technology to develop any innovative product through by your idea. So now this is the main attraction of this presentation. I'll go through only these things because this entrepreneurship development program, it passes through 3-phase cyclic process. That is one stimulatory phase, supportive phase, and sustenance phase. When you are promoting any entrepreneur in your country, in the fishery sector or any other sector, you should give emphasis on these three in the cyclic process, that is stimulatory phase and supportive phase. Stimulatory phase, already we have dealt with these things through which you can trigger the entrepreneurial activities within a startup's mind so that you can boost the motivation and then nurtures, then you can proceed, then you can give some opportunity to build up his idea, to build up his innovation, give some trainings also. Then you prioritize the things also, what are the things to be done. Then supportive phase, that is also another important thing. There you are giving support through your technology, through your project by giving some project formulation, by resource mobilization, or by facilitating the financial part, even that marketing strategy also you can able to prepare for them. This is the support. But what is the most important phase? This is the sustenance. Most of the entrepreneurs all over the world, they used to fail here in the sustenance phase. because sometimes as per our planning, this we may go as per our planning, but in the field when we are going to apply our product, our process, our whatever things, this may fail. So that's why this phase is more important as compared to the other two phases. So there only the growth of entrepreneurship depends. So you have to revisit the project, you have to restructure your management things, and you have to always keep some contingency planning. Suppose one product fails, then what is your plan support or substitute that product? Then some institutional support also you have to give. Then you have to process or you have to refine it. So this is the most important thing. And these are some of the another important things. Just a market environment, product diversification. These are the things which consumers want. Market, it should be clean, particularly from the fishery sector. Hygienic market, attractive product display, and quality product. Then product, diversified products should be available. Chilled, frozen, canned, better and direct. Because fish is the only component we are taking. That is as per this thing, specific commodity you are taking the fish. But if you are taking different type of diversified products, then it consumers will have a choice to select many products from that. Then product convenience. Consumers now they want ready-made at their hand, ready to cook, ready to eat, ready to fry, dress, like dried. Then product authenticity, that is manufacturing date, expiry date, active ingredients also you have to mention in the packets. Then directions per use, product license now, that is most important, essential thing. This is food commodity. Then attractive packaging also another important thing. Then service delivery system, how you can deliver your products to the customer. Maybe through government outlet, maybe through private outlet, maybe through online delivery and local vendors. Then second one is what consumers want, what consumers like. On the basis of their likingness only, that their selection will be, means your product will catch the market. Now, first is temporal perspective. Products should be available throughout the year. Suppose you are developing a product, once your chain will be broken, then your consumer they will again switch over to another product. So temporal perspective, you have to see that product should be available throughout the year. Then price quality equilibrium, that should be that is a must, because your price should equally match with the quality aspect. Then product quality and safety, then product preference, because you must be seeing, because nowadays your Amazon, Snapdeal, Flipkart, so many online vendors are there. You when you are going to book a product, you also always see what are the reviews about that product. So that is called product preference. What people used to give a review about your product, that clicks a market. So product appreciation by the reference group or through reviews. So you should have the scope of giving reviews of the customers on a platform. Then product shelf life. Product should have a long shelf life. So these are some of the important things when an entrepreneur startup goes for going for any business venture, he should think of this kind of things. Then these are the some of the ICT platform through which entrepreneurs can exploit these platforms and to develop the entrepreneur activities. So these are the some of the ownership things. So mostly the entrepreneurs, they will go through these three kind of ownership: proprietorship, partnership, and cooperatives. And partnership mode and cooperative mode is a much more sustainable mode for sustaining your entrepreneurial activities. Then I'll tell, because ICRCFT, we have a very strong, robust mechanism of developing the entrepreneurship among the fishery stakeholders, because we used to give support through R&D support, business consultancy, then marketing, test marketing, then pilot scale infrastructure support also used to give. So that way we used to nurture the startups so that they will come up with idea, then will realize their idea. With some technological support, they will develop some product. Then we'll give them some business consultancy, project planning, capacity building. Then we'll give pilot plant facility for developing a innovative product. then we'll go for the test marketing with our license only. Then if you'll be convinced, then we will go for the lastly we will go to the market with his own license. Then we will start with his business with his own brand. Then at that time he can go for a IP protection. That is much more essential for any entrepreneur. So these are some of the innovative products are being taken up by many startups under our CFT Agribusiness Incubation Center. These are the products. And normally we used to nurture, we used to support the entrepreneurs through different types of capacity building programs, through consultancy, this kind of things, through infrastructure support also we used to give them consultancy also. So thank you very much. With this, I conclude my lecture. I think this time I have taken almost 10 minutes more time than my allotted time. I think it's okay for you. If there is any question.
Thank you, sir. If any questions are there, you can ask.
One question is there, could you please explain the upstream, downstream activities in the value chain fisheries? These are the activities starting from your input supply, then production, then harvesting, then processing, then marketing. These are all upstream. Upstream means on the water, what are the activities are there? There is all language, use of language only. After harvesting, what are the activities? Upstream and downstream activities.
I got a question. So
Yes.
In the beginning of the lecture, you mentioned that the Indian fish production in the 1950s was around 0.75 million tons. However, in the 2020s, it moved up to 14.2 million tons. I wanted to know, are you referring to only capture fisheries, or does that include the aquaculture production?
It is both the capture and aquaculture, and most potential sector is the aquaculture sector, I'll tell, because capture fisheries having limitations. You cannot increase the
yes, sustainability.
So mostly, because my point is that due to the research, the sector has been flourishing a lot, and in our aquaculture sector we have improved a lot. Our production has been increased.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. If there is any questions, if there is no questions, can we conclude? Or if you have any doubt also, you can put in the chat box. Okay, later on we'll see.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We will go to our next session. It's on value chain development in fisheries, implication for convergence extension. We are having with us Dr. Sajesh VK, who is the scientist in the Extension Information and Statistic Division of ICAR CIFT. Dr. Sajesh is having 11 years of experience in agricultural research service. Before joining CIFT, he served in ICAR, National Institute of Agricultural Economics and Policy Research, New Delhi. His major areas of research include convergence or pluralism, and also he is studying the fishery extension system in detail. I welcome Dr. Sajesh for the class.
And thank you, Dr. Rajula. And good afternoon and good day to everybody. I hope I am audible to everyone.
Yes, you are.
Yes, we can hear you as far as Mombasa in Kenya.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I welcome everybody to my topic. Topic of presentation is value chain development in fisheries, implications for convergent extension. And I am Dr. Sajesh Vike. I am working as a scientist at Extension Information and Statistics Division of ICRC-AFT. For the last 3-4 days, I think we are all listening to various aspects of value chain development, value chain management. And we know value chain is a complete set of the activities which we need to develop a product or service from the stage of ideation or concept development stage till it reaches the final consumers. So we know these include a range of activities like designing the product, then production, marketing, distribution, and those sort of activities. And when we come to the fisheries value chain, we know that this is an interconnected set of activities, interconnected value adding activities, and that start from fishing or fish production, then aggregation, processing, wholesaling, retailing, and finally it reaches the end consumers. Then we have the sort of many value chain actors in the chain, and these can be classified into various levels. These value chain actors can be classified into various levels. And first level is the core value chain actors. These core value chain actors are the one who own the product or add value to the product. They buy and sell a product and link fishermen and consumers. And second level include the, as you all know, that is the support services or the business development services. And these services enable the value chain to function efficiently. And these include the input providers, then market information services, financial services, or research support needed. These kind of services are included in business development services. And third level is regulatory agencies. These regulatory agencies who support the policies and standards within the value chain, like the food safety standards or the enforcement mechanism for the quality standards in the value chain, or the mechanism for the code of conduct for the responsible fisheries. Those kind of agencies are in the level 3. Now I am coming to the business development service in a little bit detail. First one is input suppliers. These input suppliers provide the key inputs required for the fishing, like craft and gears, and then the other accessories, communication services, ice, machinery, fuel, etc. These communication services are also very important like the other inputs, because in terms of the safety of the fishermen in sea, or in communicating the market information service or the information related to potential fishing zone or a ocean state forecast. So the communication services are also very important inputs in value chain. Then training and advisory services. These training services are needed because we know many innovations are coming up in the fishery sector. Then there are many rules and regulations are coming. All this information need to be passed on to the fishermen and other value chain actors. Similarly, the actors need to imbibe new skill sets, because otherwise they cannot remain competitive in the value chain. Then the research support, we know, in order to solve the emerging problems like climate change, declining in the resource base, or pollution of water bodies, or the many issues like adulteration of the fish and fish products. So new research findings are required to solve all these problems. So continuous research and innovations coming out of research is very much important to sustain the fishing sector and progress of the sector. The next one is market information service. We know the fishermen and others require information related to the product prices, price variations, and how much price premium is offered for the special grade of the fish. Then who are all the potential buyers. Then the information required about the product quality and quantity, frequency of delivery, which are the payment conditions. And these all informations are required to make the informed decision by the value chain actors. Then only they can make decision about where to sell the product or to whom to sell the products. Those kind of decisions have to be based on this information. Then another one is financial services. We know the financial services means it provides the capital required by the value chain actors to keep their business in a viable manner. This involved the credit required by the fishermen to buy the inputs, fishing implements, and to amount required to cover their operational costs. Similarly, the credit required by the traders and processors and other value chain actors to buy the produce, and also to pay for the transport and storage and so on. And major financial service providers, as we all know, include the banking institutions, then microfinance institutions, private money lenders, savings and loan clubs, and so on. And also the kind of interlock transaction also exists in some cases, like linking the credit with the output market. And while the output is sold or when the fish is sold, a portion of that is recovered for payment for the credit. And other type of financial services include saving, insurance, warehouse receipt, and loan guarantee. And now we reach about the implication of the extension. Now, what is the role of the extension in value chain development? And we know that extension usually referred as a synonym for the technology transfer in common parlance. And in most cases in national extension system, they used to have the two objectives, mainly the communication of innovation and policies, as well as technology assessment and refinement. And the major focus of the extension system used to be on the enhancing the production and productivity, let it be in agriculture or in livestock or in fisheries sector. But over time, this agenda was changing, and extension start evolving out of box of production and productivity enhancement. And there was an expansion in the agenda of extension system. Presently, it includes a range of activities like group mobilization, organizational development, market linkage, or other kind of activities, facilitation, brokering, and those sort of activities. And a new extensionist framework that was developed by Global Forum of Rural Advisory Services in 2012, which defined extension as consisting of all provide the information and services needed and demanded by the producers and other actors in rural settings to assist them in developing their own technical, organizational, and management skills and practices so as to improve their livelihoods and well-being. So it is not only about enhancing the technical capacity of the end users, but also developing their organizational and management skills in order to fully exploit the technologies and the innovations in the field of agriculture or in fisheries. So in line with this, one of the important role to be played by extension system is to create an enabling environment. And creation of such an enabling environment include some of the new extensionist skills like facilitation, networking and partnership development, negotiation, and etc. Facilitation means facilitating access to information, access to inputs and technologies for facilitation in availing benefits of government schemes, linking with markets and providing advisory services to biotic and abiotic stresses, etc. The networking and partnership development means partnering with other agencies in government or non-government sector to have a collaborate working arrangement or to harness their synergy to have a collaborative working arrangement for the benefit of various actors in the value chain. Then have negotiation with various actors in the value chain and those who outside the value chain to reach partnership about in which areas they should work and what are their domain of activities. Such an enabling environment will have many elements like societal elements, which include the sociocultural attributes like region, community, language, etc. Then organizational elements, which include the research and development facilities, commodity association, then institutional elements like rules and norms, policies, laws, other private sector based rules and voluntary standards, etc. Then infrastructure elements like roads, markets, information and communication technology, electricity, irrigation facilities. The natural elements include the water resources, biodiversity, and climate. So extension system has to work with these elements or utilize these elements for the benefit of the value chain actors. For example, in order to promote the conservation technologies in agriculture or in fisheries. Example, like the sustainable fisheries technologies, then it will be better to work with the institutional elements like policies and laws than with working at individual level. It's important to create awareness among the fishermen, but in order to have the mandatory adoption of the technologies and policies, then it will be better to working at the policy level. Then the next role of the extension in value chain perspective include the promotion of convergence. We know the various actors in the value chain require many services, as we have already discussed, like the input provision, market information services, research support, or financial services. But many a time, the value chain actors find it very difficult to access these services in a timely manner. So what we can do? So one possibility is to integrate these services on an affordable platform so that the value chain actors can access these service and afford these services. So the platform of convergence, that is one thing which is very important and that require the intervention by a government or non-governmental agency. For example, in the recent years in Indian agriculture sector, so many farmer producer organization has been developed. And these producer organizations or FPOs are acting as a platform for convergence to some extent. In fact, they are demanding services inputs, then providing credit to the members, also linking with the market, or also arranging many other services for the member farmers. In the similar manner, it is important to develop collectives in the fishery sector also, or otherwise to exploit the potential of the existing collective like fishermen cooperatives and federating them at a higher level so that they can take up this kind of services, integrating the various services so that the fishermen and other value chain actors can access these services. So this is a schematic representation of the convergence in value chain, where we can see the various extension priorities of the fishermen and other actors like information, training, inputs and services were addressed by various service providers through a convergence platform. So the next role to be played by extension value chain perspective include making the value chain inclusive in nature. It is important to take because value chain at the end make the benefit like profit or it has a competitive advantage. So in order to reap the benefit of the value chain, especially for the weaker and marginal section of the society, extension has to work in this aspect, like making the value chain inclusive. Food and Agricultural Organization has come up with some guidelines, some criteria related to the inclusiveness of business and value chain, like it should be accessible to fishermen with less assets, including women and minority groups, and it should use trading practices that provide benefit for smallholders. Then you should not create dependency on any particular buyer and provide profitable diversified market options for smallholders. Then build capacity of fishermen. That means the technical, organizational and managerial capacity of the fishermen and their groups according to the market needs. Then use transparent platform for the problem solving. So extension system has to work with these criteria so that the benefit of the value chain will be available to the entire fishing community as a whole. The next aspect is sustainability of the value chain. Sustainability means not only the economic sustainability, but the social and environmental sustainability also. Economic sustainability means the commercial viability, competitiveness, growth, etc., where main focus is on the profit and income of the value chain actors. But social sustainability means the inclusiveness that we have already discussed, then the equitable distribution across the chain and without no adverse effect on the poor fisherman. The next one is environmental sustainability. That means non-declining resource base, then minimizing the environmental footprints like water footprints and carbon footprints. Then coming to the next role of the extension, that is promotion of entrepreneurship development in fishery sector. That is Dr. Mohanty has already discussed in details. We know the possibility of entrepreneurship development that is there in all nodes of the value chain, and extension has important role in exploring the entrepreneurial opportunities in the sector, utilizing it through promoting the entrepreneurship motivation, technology empowerment, and skill upgradation by conducting training, demonstration, and other programs. We know that a lot of technologies has been generated in the fishery sector by different research institutes. CFT also generated many technological options related to harvest and post-harvest sector, and prospective entrepreneurs, those who want to initiate some startups or small-scale entrepreneurship in fisheries, they can make use of these technologies by utilizing the business incubation facility in the institute that just in the previous presentation, Monty sir has discussed about that. And these are some of the areas where entrepreneurship can be taken up, like net mending and fabrication, value-added products, development of diagnostic kits, byproduct development, quality management testing laboratories, fish feed manufacturing units, consultancy services, food packing, material manufacturing, input supply, and so on. These are only some of the areas. A lot of entrepreneurial-ready technologies are there. And finally, one is information and communication technologies. And these include ICT for sea safety and communication, community radio, rural kiosk, e-commerce, then traceability issues, blockchain, then Internet of Things and knowledge management in fisheries. Yesterday, I think Dr. Chandrasekhar has dealt about it in very elaborate manner. So I'm not going to talk it in a detailed manner. One thing I would like to mention about the communication in the sea, like a land-based network usually have problem because it will not be available beyond a distance in the sea. And normally traditional fishermen use a very high frequency radio instruments, and that VHF also not available beyond 30 nautical miles. So this is an issue in especially in the coast of Kerala. And one entrepreneur in the Kollam district of Kerala, he has come up with an startup like a Sea Mobile, and he claims it will be available up to 100-kilometer distance in the sea, but the communication from vessel will be available at the land station of the Sea Mobile, and then it can be communicated to the other fishermen. But the fisherman has to install the instrument, and with a monthly subscription fee will be there. So finally, coming to the roles of the extension in value chain perspective, we should understand that extension need to transfer from its traditional role to an extension plus approach, that transferring from the traditional objective of the technology dissemination to supporting rural livelihood, from improving productivity to improving income of the fisherman, from forming fisherman group to building independent fisher operated organization, from the providing services to fishermen, then enabling the fishermen to access services from other agencies, that is the organizational development aspect of the fishermen, then providing market information to market development. Such a transition is important in perspective of value chain development in fisheries. So now we come to a case of value chain intervention for small scale fishermen. The case of Malsevad, that is a Apex Federation of Fishermen Cooperatives in Kerala state of India. And before that, we should see why the intervention is required in the value chain for small scale or traditional fishermen. A study was conducted by FAO, and their technical report was published in 2014 and showed us the study conducted in the 14 countries across the world shows that relative to other players in the value chain, small scale fishers and fish farmers are receiving least economic benefit in terms of amount of money earned for their products. Also, processors and retail markets were found to be receiving more of the distributional benefits compared to the fishermen. For example, in Kenya itself, average earning for exporters of Nile perch was found to be an average of 250% more than the fishers' earning. So it is important to intervene in the value chain for the small scale fishermen and improve their livelihood also. So this is just about the Kerala before coming to that case. Kerala is a state in the southern part of India. It has a coastline of 590 kilometers with 222 fishing villages in marine sector and 113 fishing villages in inland sector, and an annual fish production in the range of 0.68 million tons. And per capita fish consumption is one of the highest in the country, like around 20 kilogram per year. So this is about Malsevad, the Kerala State Cooperative Federation for Fisheries Development. This is a federation of around 653 fishermen cooperatives. Also, there are 60,000 self-help groups, the so-called microfinance groups, with a membership of 0.18 million members. And Malsevad was continuously involving in the value chain for traditional fishermen by implementing developmental programs, employment generation programs, welfare programs, and commercial operations. And coming to the input provision domain, we know that Malsevad has many input provision services like it is running net factories in 3 districts like Ernakulam, Kannur and Thiruvananthapuram in order to provide the quality nets to the fishermen on loan basis or under direct cash purchase. Then it is running white kerosene banks and diesel banks in order to provide the fuel to the fishermen at subsidized rate. Then OBM division of the Mulsifed, which import the OBM's outboard motors, Suzuki and Yamaha outboard motors from Japan and Thailand, and provide to the traditional fishermen of the Kerala. And also the Vyasa stores, which are meant to sell the fishing implement to the fishermen at competitive rate. Most important is financing activities of Mulsifed. It provides a subsidy for the suitable components of the fishing gears. Then under the bankable scheme, it provided 25% of subsidy for loan taken by the fishermen for purchase of fishing inputs. Then self-employment loan schemes with the assistance of central sector schemes. Then microfinance loans to fishermen. It also provides interest-free loans to the fish vending women, because otherwise they had to depend on some private money lenders who used to charge very exorbitant rate as interest. Then another activity is organizing beach level fish auction. This is carried out in order to secure the first right of sale for the fisherman rather than the middleman. Then it's also running high-tech retail fish marts in 30 cities. Then it has a common pre-processing center at Kollam Harbor. It is also conducting many capacity building programs like training and demonstration programs for fishermen, members of the fishermen cooperatives and their staff. Thank you. And that was in brief about the role of extension, which can be played and which need to be played in value chain perspective. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sujesh, for your wonderful lecture on value chain. Okay, if any question is that participant, please can kindly ask the questions. Otherwise, put in the chat box. Okay. So next, we can move the next presentation by Dr. Regula. She is working in our extension division for past 4 years. Earlier, she was working in Atari. She is now going to handle a class on group approach in fisheries value chain management, evidence from the field. So she already worked in the field of gender. She is working right now. So, Regula, welcome for this presentation. Please start.
Sir. So, I'm going to present about group approaches in fisheries value chain management, evidences from the field. My presentation will cover what is a group, what are the stages in group formation, what is group dynamics, and what are the group approaches in fisheries in Kerala, India, and some of examples under each movements. Like for cooperatives, you have already heard about Mulsifed, and self-help groups, some success stories, and Society for Assistance of Fisherwomen, and also one emerging area in fishery, that is producer organizations. So what is a group? A group is composed of 3 or more people who have come together for a common reason. Examples are it can be a sports team, a work group, a classroom, a therapy groups, etc. Group activities result in some kind of output. That means a group means there should be some outcome or output. Output can be scoring goals, producing a product, learning, improved functioning, etc. Group members engage in some form of ongoing interpersonal interactions. That means there should be some continuous interaction, interpersonal relationship. Then only we can tell that group is active. What is the definition of a group? A group contribute to some kind of output that is relevant and important to group and also for its members. What is not a group? Uh, Two people, if they join together, it is not in sociology we call it as dyad. It is not a group. Similarly, crowd, audience, queue. These are not group because they don't have common. They may have common purpose, but they don't communicate. They don't act together, and they don't have a common output. So these are not group. So we can now see what is group, how a group is formed. The group formation stages are studied in well detailed manner, and it was found that there are 4 steps: forming stage, storming stage, norming, performing stage. This is the model of group development proposed by Beckman in 1965. The phases are all necessary and inevitable in order for the team to grow. Because for every team there will be challenges. They have to tackle problems. They have to find out the solutions. They have to plan their work and also finally deliver the results. So all these 4 stages are necessary. I will just brief about each stages. In formation stage, team acquaints and they establish ground rules. Formalities will be set. And in the storming stage, members start to communicate their feelings, but still view themselves as individual rather than part of the team. They resist control by group leaders and show hostility. And then the third stage is norming stage. People feel part of the team and realize that they can achieve the work. And in the according to Beckman, there are only 4 stages. So 4th stage is performing stage. The team works in an open and trusting atmosphere where flexibility is the key and hierarchy is of little important. And after doing a lot of research by social scientists, a 5th stage was added, that is adjourning. The team conducts an assessment of the year and implements a plan of transitioning roles and recognize members' contribution. So what is adjourning stage? As I already told, in 1977, Tuckman jointly with Mary and Jensen added this 5th stage. That is the completing the task and breaking up the team. This may not be a terminal stage, but the team has already fulfilled its purpose. And team move on from its current formula due to a variety of reasons. Team members have developed and accomplished their task together. Some very important people or experienced people may go out and they may search for new opportunities. And also they will assess for new team with their experience because already they have experience in working with this present team. So another terminology in group we all come to know in literature is group dynamics. What is group dynamics? There are a lot of research in this area. The success of any group activity depends on group dynamics. Group dynamic is the interaction and interpersonal relationship between members of a group and the way which group forms. There are a lot of issues like issue of power, influence, interpersonal conflict. All these things affect group dynamics. And some studies have described these factors like group cohesiveness, group sustainability, cooperation among group members, etc., which affect the performance of group. And in a study conducted in CIFT among the self-help group members, it was identified that extension contact, age, cosmopoliteness, localities, number of trainings which the participants attended, all these affected the agricultural or the fishery group form. What are the barriers? The improper selection of group activities and lack of cooperation and zeal among the members were identified as the barriers. if we study detail about economic activity, what are the constraints with respect to the economic activity which they performed, the problems were related to non-availability of adequate amount of input and also lack of demand for the product. This was from a study conducted by CIF. Now I will talk some facts about the group approaches in fisheries value chain in Kerala, from Kerala, India. As already I enlisted, these are cooperatives, fisheries cooperative societies, self-help groups, society for assistance to fisher women, and also I will tell some of the success stories, selected success stories from this. So what is a cooperative? The word cooperation is derived from the Latin word cooperative, which means work together. In the ordinary sense, we can say working together jointly. That means each for all and all for each. The term cooperation implies common endeavor with a common end. So if we see fishery sector in Kerala, the cooperative movement has spread its wings almost all walks of, because every areas of activity we can see a cooperative in Kerala. In fishery also it is very common. A source of collective action for change and development in fishing communities. For fishing community, it is found that very much beneficial in Kerala. Fishermen, they have developed their skills into working together. And also, some impact studies have found out that it can play a significant role in if it is effectively managed. The previous class was talking about Malsiford. It is the apex organization, because in Kerala, fishermen are having small cooperative societies, and Malsiford is the apex federation of such a cooperative society of fishers. Some of the activities you have already heard: beach level auction, cooperative development, interest-free loan. These Malsiford is also organizing self-help group, and also they are supporting fishermen by improvising their craft and gear. All these are the functions of Malsiford. So what is next approach, group approach in fishery in Kerala? It is self-help group. What is a self-help group? Self-help group is normally with the 10 to 20 similar men or women. It can be both men or women. Not only in Kerala, other states also these groups are performing. Groups are organized by either government or non-government. NGOs also organize such groups. They will be having various economic activities based on the location or region, based on the resources available in that particular region. This picture I have taken from, it is a case study in Orissa. This is the women self-help group. They are doing fish farming and through self-help group, and they are earning a very improved income from this activity. This is the examples from Kerala. It is a men's self-help group, a self-help group of fish farmers in Kerala. They are engaged in farming, fish culture. This is another self-help group engaged in cage fish farming. It is from Ernakulam only, and this is also a successful example of self-help group. This is another example, a housewife. What happened? She, along with her neighborhood women, they started a joint liability group. Its name was known as Haritam. They were not only performing fishery activities, they were performing agriculture, food processing, organic fertilizer development, a lot of agriculture and allied activities they were performing. And now they are successfully earning their income. All their group members were empowered through this organization. Like Malsiford, the Society for Assistance to Fisherwomen, it is in short, it is known as SAP, is a flagship program in Kerala. This is also a group approach which mainly exclusively focus women. So it is under Department of Fisheries. It is for the socio-economic empowerment of women. It ensures job security and also income security. Like Mulsifid, it is also having various schemes. One of most important scheme is Thera Maitri. In local language, that name has been given. Almost 2,500 micro enterprises they are running. And they claim that out of this 1,500 are successful. It is very far higher than the national average of success rate of any enterprise. It is 50% of the enterprises are sustaining themselves till now. This is how it functions. There will be 5 members in each group. They will get 75% grant, and also they have to give some beneficiary contribution in addition to the government support. There is another scheme, the joint liability groups of SAP. In this also 5 fishermen will be there in one group. They also plan for seafood restaurant programs. They associate with the research institute like CIFT, and they act as a technology transfer agency. For example, they have taken mobile fish vending kiosks from CIFT, and now they are providing it to fisherwomen group and to enhance their income. So the final group which is emerging but already established in agriculture is producer organization. So we can see what is a producer organization. It is a group of producers. The more recent group approach, it is the more recent group approach. A producer company is a body of corporate. It is registered under Companies Act 1956 in India, and it is having specified objectives and the activities. As I mentioned, it is different from cooperatives and self-help group. There are some peculiarity for this, and this it was not established in Kerala, but in other coastal state of India, ICAR and NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, has already started. This is one example which already started by another ICAR institute in Orissa. So I will conclude my presentation. People can rarely solve their general day-to-day issues. That is very special in agriculture and allied activities because it depends on external factors. It is seasonal, climatic factors are there. So group activities or group approaches are very important in agriculture and fishery. There are a lot of constraints in individual level. So once groups are formed, if care has been taken through institutional handholding and also follow-up, it determines the success of a farmer or fisher. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajula, for your nice presentation. So if there is any questions, participants, please ask.
Yes, so I got one. In one of the slides, in the examples that you mentioned, in Matière Feed, you mentioned something on beach level auction as primary sale. So were you inferring to the sale of an auction of fish sales on the beach? That's what you were referring to when you mentioned beach level auction as primary sale. I did not understand that term actually.
Once more, you just ask the questions. We are not clear. Can you please ask once more the question?
Yes. In one of the examples that she gave, she mentioned beach level auction as primary sale. I just want to clarify, does that infer to the sale, to an auction sale of fish on the beach? Is that what you meant by this term?
Yeah, immediately after.
Actually, I'm sorry because this is we do not use that term here, so I just want to clarify that term.
Actually, it is talking about immediately after landing the fish. with the help of this cooperative societies, they will be getting there will be empaneled auctioning agents in the harbor itself. So with their help, the fishers will get a better price to their product. That is the concept.
Okay, okay. So then there's the public also assists the sales, or is it confined to, does it involve the general public? Anyone can come attend?
No, these registered fishers will be forming a cooperative society.
Okay.
Then the Multifed will provide them loan and other support to have their own group craft or gear. That means they will be having group ownership of this boat. So they will be registered members, and once they go for fishing, their fish will be landed, and after landing, in order to ensure that they will get a nominal rate for their fish, there will be some arrangements done by the Multifed. That is the beach level auctioning system.
Okay, thank you.
I think some seniors can add to this point.
So friends, now you are relieved from the hectic technical schedules. So, okay. So we will be having one test now. We will just know that how much you have learned from all these topics. So we will circulate the post evaluation link in your WhatsApp group. Please fill it immediately after the program.
Can you please send it by mail? Can you please send it by mail as well?
Mail as well.
Please,
have
yes. The first
okay.
evaluation form, can it be sent by mail as well?
Mail, we don't have mail ID, but right now we will put it in the chat box. We will put it in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, yes. That will be good.
So you
So
can
do we need to answer it now?
Yes, you can answer it now and send it. By that time, we will be having validatory function after in a short while. Our director will join and we will be having validatory function. You can
I just viewed the first training evaluation form. This is the one that we already fill in on day one, right? This is the same.
Before and after, there is the same evaluation. So there is a very difference is there. Just for our record, we want those things. So whether there is any changes in the participants' answering level before pre and post after training.
Ah, okay,
After
okay.
training and after training.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
One more question, please. I have a question. Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. What is the meaning of specification in the form under the name? There's a specification. What does it mean? Oh, about our organization or something like that?
Yeah. Your designation, working designation, no? Specialization or designation? Designation. Designation is your post. You are working right now. What you are working as post of agree.
Okay. Thank you.
So participants kindly fill their post-evaluation form, submit the post-evaluation form. The validatory function will start on 3:45. Still some 7 minutes are there. So all the participants kindly submit the forms.
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
Yes.
Sir, would you send us please the post evaluation form in our group?
Yeah, WhatsApp group that although Kamal may be sent. Otherwise, you just in chat box. I already posted in chat box.
Okay, I have seen one link in chat box.
Yeah,
That
link.
is the P evaluation. Same thing.
Same only.
Oh, same only.
Same only. Just what
Okay,
they
thank you.
before training, after training, what is the answers? We just that's all.
The form is same. Okay.
Same. Just to post, it is a post evaluation.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I got one question, including the post-evaluation assessment form. There was one question related to the stages of group formation. So you didn't add the updated last stage, right? So you didn't add the option to choose a journey. This is one comment.
Question number, please.
I forgot about the question number actually, because I already filled in the form and submitted. Anyway, the updated, you didn't include 5 stages, you included only 4 stages. So we considered only the last one.
Last one.
This is only one comment, yes. I don't know what question it's related
per capita
to.
food fish consumption in Africans.
Excuse me?
Which question? 27 question you are asking?
The last stage related to group formation.
Yeah, madam. Actually, the basic theory only I mentioned this question. So, but from the available option, you can select the final.
Okay, thank you. Already did that. Thanks.
You are welcome. So, ma'am, shall we begin?
Madam, you are not audible. Yeah.
So once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome everyone to the valedictory function of the International Training Program on Value Chain Management in Fisheries, organized by African Asian Rural Development Organization (ARDO) and ICAR Central Institute of Fisheries Technology, Cochin, India. I would like to invite Dr. Nikita Gopal, Post Coordinator and Principal Scientist of Extension Division, to offer the welcome address. Madam, please.
We cannot hear
Madam,
you.
yeah, madam,
Your voice is not coming.
madam, you are
Still not audible.
hello. Hello. Arjuna,
Suresh, please mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, audible.
Okay, sorry for the small interruption. So we have come to a close of the e-training program on value chain management and fisheries. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to everyone attending this program, valedictory session. The program that was organized by the ICAR Central Institute of Fisheries Technology was sponsored by the African Asian Rural Development Organization, New Delhi, of which was commenced on 13 September with a small inaugural session. We are concluding the program today. The 4-day training program was attended by 76 participants from 22 ARDO member countries. We know that not all of them could attend at one time, but we have provided the YouTube links so that the others can look at those lectures at leisure and at a time that is convenient to them. So during these 4 days, we have tried to cover topics related to value chain management, which was spanning from the concepts in fisheries to suitable technologies for fisheries value chain and socioeconomic aspects of value chain development. This was covered by 14 resource persons from the institute. We have also conducted the pre and post evaluation. We had circulated the links to the participants in the form of a Google form, and we have got some of the responses of the post evaluation and most of the pre-evaluation forms. We will be evaluating that and sending a report to ARDO. We hope that the post evaluation will have give us some idea about what the participants have really learned from the 4 days that they have attended the program from. Now coming to the my duty of welcoming everyone to this session. Our director, Dr. C.N. Ravishankar, who was to preside today's function, has asked to be excused because he has some official exigency. Under his leadership, we hope we can organize more programs of this kind. He has offered his best wishes to all the participants, and also on his behalf, I would like to thank ARDO for the collaboration. I welcome Dr. A.K. Mohanty, the ARDO Program Coordinator and Head of the Extension Information and Statistics Division, and Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Behra, Head IEC Division, ARDO, New Delhi, who have joined us for offering felicitation. I also welcome other officials from ARDO who have joined us for the session. As a coordinator of this program, I take this opportunity to thank my colleagues, Suresh, Rajula, Sajid, Jayanti, Sajesh, Chandrasekhar, Ashalata and Geeta Lakshmi, for all the support they have rendered. I welcome them and other colleagues from the Institute who have joined us. A warm welcome to all participants who have been there with us for the 4 days and who have actively participated in the discussion during the course. We have enjoyed interacting with you and hope you have been able to gain from attending these sessions. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I invite a few participants to give your valuable feedback. One by one, you can talk.
Excuse me. Do you hear me?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, namaskar, sir. Myself, Mohammed Mazharul Anwar. I'm from Bangladesh, one of the participants of this international training program, value chain management in fisheries. Previously, I participated in another training program that was organized by here and that is advanced fish technique and fish policy. So I would like to say just whatever I have learned from this session, from the learned participants, from the learned resource person, from CIFT and ICR with the collaboration of ARDO. So a huge learning from my side, myself. And from this course, from this training course, I will try to apply in the relevant field in my home country. This is my observation, and finally, I would like to make a special thanks to the CMP course management team members, all the team members. I would also like to special thanks to our Honorable Secretary General Sir, then Director Sir of CIFT, then Head of IEC Division, and others officials, those who have made tremendous effort during last 4 days, from 13 to 16 September. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants from different countries. I'm from Bangladesh. So another participants from another countries also participated in this training program. So I'm very happy. I'm very delighted. I welcome to all the participants to visit our rural Bangladesh. Sir, as you know, Bangladesh very much, India, Bangladesh, we are very much related, and everything is a little bit similar to us. So I also welcome to CIFT resource person and ARDO resource person and ICR to visit rural Bangladesh. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. This is all about myself.
Yeah. Can I say something, madam? Hello?
Yes,
please.
Okay. I'm Liana Gay from the Department of Agriculture, Sri Lanka. Actually, I am really happy to join this training course because value chain analysis is very much related to my work also. I am not engaging in the fisheries sector, but for relating to the other crop cultivation, I am interested to having this type of lectures on value chain analysis. I really enjoy the sessions. All the presenters are very much appreciated, and also I am happy to say thank you to the ARDO and the CIFT, and I hope this type of future program, especially concerned on the agricultural crop. If you can organize that type of program, I am really happy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, organizing team and all the participants. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You can talk.
Hello.
Yes,
Ma'am, you
madam.
are audible.
Audible.
We can hear you.
So let me take this chance to express my ultimate appreciation to Ardo, ICCR, CIFT. Thank also for all the participants. Kansa Badruddin Osman from Sudan. Nice to meet all. About the program, it's really beneficial, very informative. Thanks for all.
Yes, I'm Manisha from Mauritius. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for the perfect organization and the way you dispense the courses. So like the lecturer, I wanted to say that the lecturers were well versed in their fields. Concerning the post-evaluation form that we just fill in, will we get any feedback on that, or concerning the evaluation form that we fill in, will the participants receive any feedback from that, or is it only for audio? I wanted to ask that.
Yes, there is a separate feedback form also, which we are supposed to submit it to Ardo. I believe it is already circulated, the feedback form.
Okay, thank you.
Any other participants are interested to give feedback?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Please continue.
Yes, I'm Joseph Mpande from Zambia. I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you for giving me an opportunity to train in this course. I think it has been very interesting and very informative. I particularly liked the lectures. All of them were great, but I think I was very much interested in the various researches that have been done focusing on factors that influences consumer preferences for fish. I think such research is very important, especially for our country, since we are still growing and developing our sector, especially the aquaculture industry. So apart from that, I also liked the lecture that was talking about quality assurance. I think at the end of the day, we want to provide a commodity that would be safe for the consumers to have. And it was great to learn about those standards and how they can be developed. And also it was interesting to note the various commodities or foods that can be formulated from the aquatic products or aquatic organisms that you have there in India. And it was really interesting, and I'm honored and grateful to have been part of this intensive training that we have had for the last 4 days. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. So now I invite Dr. A.K. Mohamedi, Head Extension Information and Statistics Division of ICF-CIFT, Kochi, and ARDO Program Coordinator to felicitate the function.
Namaskar. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our participants. I think so. Our director, Dr. Ravi Shankar sir, is in busy in some important meeting, and it is unavoidable also. That's why he has expressed his concern for not able to attend this meeting. Anyway, we can continue. So, respected director, Dr. Ravi Shankar sir, in absentia, and our respected Secretary General ARDO, Dr. Manoj Nardev Singh, in absentia also, and Dr. Behera, and our course coordinators, Dr. Nikita, Dr. Suresh, Dr. Rejula, all our course co-coordinators, Dr. Gita Lakshmi, Dr. Asalata, and Sajeev, Dr. Sajeev, Dr. Sajesh, Dr. Jayanti, and all our resource scientists, and my dear participants. Actually, during this 4 days program, though it was a very short program, 4 days program, 2 hours daily, it's a very short program, and that too on a digital platform. We cannot also continue more than that. It will not be possible also, because maybe network problem and maybe some time problem also. But during this, from your feedback, we came to know that means this program was anyway have some impact on you. You have expressed your satisfaction over the program, over the course, whatever we have designed as per the, by taking into account your regional specific needs and problems. Then our resource scientists also giving their full attention to give the best output for all of you. We know this during this pandemic, we could not have some physical interaction. If it would have been a physical training program, it would have been more useful rather than these things. Because I think if you would have attended this training program here in CIFT, as like in ITech training program or ASEAN training program, we used to conduct the training program physical mode. Their participant used to get exposed with many technologies, not only the theoretical as well as practicals also. Also used to take them to the field to see the things at the field, how it is performing in the field. Also they interact with some of the stakeholders also. This way they get the learning experience, varied learning experience from the field also. Anyway, this training program was very much useful. So thank you all, because you have given your time. And once more from your feedback, what we came to know from the chat box also, you are all interested about the technologies of CIFT. So we hope, so as a result of this training program, we should get some initiative from your side to develop some technology collaboration or research collaboration with ICR. If this kind of things will happen, then that is the main objective of this type of program. To have it, to build up a collaboration, technological or research collaboration with each other. So that will also help in developing your fishery sector in your country. Other than also, that is a cross-learning experience for us also to know from you what is your strength. So that way we can help each other also. So we expect then you can also discuss with your authority and get some of their view, and you can write to ARDO, and ARDO can write to Indian Council of Agriculture Research to build up some technology and research collaboration with CIFT. And second thing, in the chat box, Madam Dr. Khansa, I think she had written in the chat box, she had already attended one training program under ITech. And she also expressed happiness over this training program. I also want to tell you all that if in future, if you get any chance to attend any training program at CIFT in a physical mode, it is you should apply for this kind of training program. So you'll get more chance to learn many things from CIFT. So it is our request, because and besides that also, in India, the Department of Science and Technology, they used to give some fellowship for Asian Association of Southeast Asian Nations. They used to give some fellowship also. If any of you are interested to come to India for some higher studies under that fellowship also, you can also apply for this kind of fellowship. You can take advantage of this program. And another thing is that we are also very much grateful to ARDO, because for the first time, because we used to conduct many international training programs at regular interval since last 10 years, I think. But this is the first collaborative program with ARDO. So we want to continue the same effort, same collaboration, same cooperation with ARDO, so that the people in the different corners of the globe, they can get the opportunity to know the cutting edge technology of ICRCFT, particularly the harvest and post harvest technologies. So we express our wholehearted thank to ARDO Secretary General, as well as Dr. Sanjeev Behra and Mr. Kamal, who has taken a lot of pain to make this program successful. And also I want to express my gratitude to all our course coordinators and co-coordinators, also resource scientists, those who have taken their full effort. They have given their full effort, and they have taken keen interest to make this program more interactive, more interesting. And also you participants also deserve appreciation because of your interaction, your response also. This program was very much meaningful and effective also. Thank you very much. And once again, I'll tell you, at the end of this program, I think we have already made the arrangement. ARDO will send you all the certificates. And also we are preparing one e-manual that will compile all the lectures. That also will send to you through your mails. So if there is any kinds of queries or any kinds of response you want from CFT, or any kind of technology related things also, if you want any, you have any queries from CFT, at any time you can just send a mail to us through ARDO. Otherwise you can send a mail directly to us. So we are always with you to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Behra, Head IEC Division, ARDO, New Delhi, to felicitate the function.
Thank you, Madam Dr. Ujjwala. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatsoever it may be applicable at the appropriate place. Respected Dr. Nikita Gopal and Course Coordinator Dr. Suresh, Dr. Amulya Kumar Mahanti, on behalf of the Secretary General, African Asian Rural Development Organization, let me first say thank you to you all. Of course, I know that thank you is one expression for all of you, including Dr. C.N. Ravishankar, who is not present here at the moment because of some other important work. The dynamic leadership of Dr. C.N. Ravishankar and practical approach of Dr. Mahanti, who has to organize two back-to-back training program at CIFT ARDO, which is not a small thing. At this given situation, especially when the state of Kerala, where Kochi is under the grip of pandemic corona. So this was one of the best training program that actually what I have found actually in course of time, and it attracted me also, and I also selectively attended few of the classes actually during this time. And I must say that the very beginning, the first presentation of Dr. Nikita Gopal, the principal course coordinator, and the way she explained the concept, approaches, and practices in the value chain management, followed by Dr. Suresh lecture on the issues and opportunities in value chain management in the global context. set the tone of this training program. And thanks to participants, you have participated effectively, and especially I have identified few persons, actually participants in course of the discussions who participated very actively, and I don't want to take few names only. That doesn't mean that they are the persons actually who participated very actively. The participants from Mauritius, Madam Manisha, Mr. Joseph from Zambia, from Sri Lanka, Madam Nimala, Dr. Ali from Yemen, Dr. David from Ghana, you all participated very actively in the program with the part actually which I attended the program. As far as the resource persons from the CAPTs are concerned, Dr. Rajola, I am extremely thankful to you. You not only led the whole training program from the front, but also you gave a very good deliberation on the group SHG and cooperatives in the entire management system. Dr. S. Murali gave a very good presentation on fish processing operations. Dr. Sanjeev gave a very good, he basically discussed about fish composition pattern, composition consumption pattern. And what is more important is Dr. S.K. Panda's presentation, the way he presented about the quality and certification, and more precisely certification for the management, what is more importantly required for the export of the fish and all. Dr. Chandrasekhar played a dual role by giving the back-end support to this training program and also speaking on the ICT in the value chain management. So I don't want to take the name of other speakers also who have also contributed substantially, and they made this training program successful. So I'm extremely thankful to all the resource persons from the institute, and the way the whole design, the program was designed and implemented, and the outcome. I'm extremely thankful to the country government, the participants for spending their valuable times despite of this situation, current situation, and attended the program. Though there are 76 participants, but I know that because of this situation, some of them attended through the YouTube, and here actually around 40-45 people participated on a regular basis, which is nevertheless a very good representation across Asia and Africa. With regard to CAT, I will say this is just a beginning, sir. We organize more and more training program in collaboration with safety, ICR, and hello, am I able?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So as far as the training program is concerned, actually we are getting good response actually from the many of the participants about the transfer of technology. In this connection, I just want to say one thing. In each and every member country, we have got a nodal ministry. And actually, whenever you want any support from India or any other places related to not only on this aspect, other aspects also, technology aspect also, on the value chain management or whatever it may be, you please reach to ARDO through the nodal ministry of that country, so that it will make our task easy rather than contacting us directly. So recently we received a mail from one of the participants of one of the other training programs to Director General ARDO, to Secretary General ARDO, to Director of the CAFT. So these are all good welcome steps, but actually I request all you to rotate through the nodal ministry. So this is all what I have to say from my side, ARDO side. I once again thanks each and everyone, all the participants, CAFT staff, Director C.N. Ravishankar, Dr. Nikita Gupta, Dr. Suresh, Dr. Amulya Kumar Mahanti for their kind support and assistance in making this training program a big success. Thank you all. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir, for your encouraging words and to monitor the training from beginning to the last. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request Dr. Suresh A., the course coordinator and principal scientist of Extension Information and Statistic Division, to deliver formal vote of thanks.
Greetings to all. Respected President of the program and Director of ICR SIFT, Dr. C.N. Ravishankar. He could not attend this program because of the official exigencies. In his absentia, he has conveyed all the greetings to this program. And then the head of EAS Division, ICR SIFT, Dr. Amulya Kumar Mahanti, and head of IEC Division of ARDO, Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Behera, all heads of divisions, dear colleagues at ICR SIFT and participants of this training program. We are coming to the end of this training program. On this occasion, I am proposing a vote of thanks. First of all, I thank Dr. C.N. Ravishankar, Director of this institute, for all his support and guidances. He has been a constant source of inspiration for this training and as well as many other trainings that has been that we are conducting in this institute. Thank you very much for all your supports and guidances. Dr. A.K. Mohanty is the coordinator of ARDO programs at ICR SIFT and is instrumental in its successful organization. He was involved in every step of the program, looking even into the minute details. Thank you very much for all your efforts, time and energy that you have expended towards organizing this training program. Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Behera from ARDO has delivered an insightful speech and his impression about this training program and its applicability to a large spectrum of nations of different socioeconomic situations. And ARDO has been a major force behind to organizing this training program and providing all supports whatever we required for this training. We are grateful to Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Behera for accepting our invitation and delivering his speech and for being here. Thank you very much. Then we received all support from the staff of this division, either as coordinators or co-coordinators or resource persons. We thank Dr. Nikta Gopal, Dr. Rachula, Dr. Sajeev, Dr. Jayanti, Dr. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Sajesh, Dr. Geeta Lakshmi, and Dr. Ashalata for their support of all kind that has been given to this program. We also received a wholehearted support and cooperation from heads of the division of this other divisions of this institute, and several of our staff were resource persons. We thank all of them. And further, I thank all the staff of the division and institute who has contributed either directly or indirectly in organizing this program. Also of great importance is the wholehearted support that we received from the officials of ARDO at their end. They were at our support at every time we required them. Thank you very much for all those who involved either directly and indirectly from ARDO side. Thank you. But last but not the least, I take this opportunity to thank all the trainee participants. The program emerged successful with your active participation, involvement, and discussion. Thank you all. We wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.
We have come to the end of this valedictory function. Once again, I thank everybody who has become a part of this training program. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Namaskar.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Thank you.
Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye from Mombasa, Kenya. Bye. We'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, dear. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye. Yeah, good.
Bye.
Done.
I can leave this.